Welcome back to the league that means nothing on Go Again Gaming.
Welcome back to Go Again Gaming, and welcome back to round 4 of the League That Means Nothing 4. I'm your host, Ian Holland, being joined by popular demand, Brian Hoffman, whose credibility I'm stealing as his channel pops off. How's it going, Brian?
I'm doing very well, Ian, and to be clear, I am very thankful for you to have me back on here as well, so it's mutual.
Yeah. Today, we'll be on Table 1, so we're looking at the top performers in the league so far. Ryan Ward on Verdance taking on Rafael Fabrice on Vynsett. Now, you've probably pretty familiar with these heroes. You know, you play at a lot of events. These are heroes you would expect to see at most events. I think one of your teammates in particular is a Vynsett player, one or two.
Oh yeah, we've got actually both Vynsett and Verdance enjoyers, so I've been on the receiving end of both of these things pretty frequently.
Getting arcane damage from both ends. Got it. So, generally speaking, in my experience, this is very much a Verdance favored matchup, I would say, because you have the inevitability, you have life gain, and you've the big earth attacks that can really disrupt Vynsett, who can just get fatigued in the effort of trying to kill you, because generally the decks don't overkill by a huge amount. What would be your take on that?
Yeah, it's like you said, Vynsett can be pretty easily fatigable, and depending on how the Verdance wants to set that up with all of the decomposed cards and really good defensive tools and life gain, I would imagine it'd be pretty easy for her to grind out Vynsett and just fatigue them out.
Sure. And before we go over to the gameplay, I just want to give a shout out to this episode's sponsor, FLUKE and Box. Use code TLTMN for 15% off of one order. FLUKE and Box been selling Flesh and Blood singles since the start of the game, and always a reliable source to go to.
This game, A League That Means Nothing, is brought to you by FlukeandBox.com, the premier international source for all Flesh and Blood singles and rip and ship box breaks, with super competitive shipping prices as well, all of which is priced in your local currency on the website for your convenience. Head over to FlukeandBox.com and make sure you go and subscribe to Fluke and Box on YouTube as well. Exclusive to The League That Means Nothing, we also have a discount code. That's TLTMN for 15% off your order on FlukeandBox.com. That's one use per customer, so make sure you use it. That's discount code TLTMN for 15% off your order on FlukeandBox.com. Have a good day, mate. Wallabies!
But we can talk theoretically all about how the game is going to play out, but there's only one way to find out who is actually going to win, so we'll throw it over to the gameplay and see who takes it down. So it's looking like a fairly standard setup. Verdance just throwing out Flounder, get some cards out of hand, get
Flounder
some cards in to the graveyard. Summer's Fall can get pretty good later in the game into Vynsett, in my experience. Just that Malefic is gone, that Rune Chant is gone. Have fun.
Well as Emeritus Scolding, which is a good one for the endgame space if you can't find the Burn Bear. Just something to do for a lot of arcane damage at instant speed.
Raphael responding after taking damage, just dropping a Funeral Moon. Get the Rune Chant train rolling early. It's always one of the dangers of attacking on turn 0 if they have a Haunting Rendition or something like that. You're just giving them free Rune Chants.
Yep, and depending on which one, so that looks like Eloquent Eulogy.
Yeah,
so
pretty good start as well.
Either way. Yep. We were talking earlier about whether the Verdance would be trying to fatigue Vynsett, and just based on the weapon choice, I see Waning Moon, so that suggests to me that they're just trying to nickel and dime them over the course of a long value game.
Yeah, and looks like Vynsett is just going to do the classic Vynsett thing of, well, we're going to set up, we're going to take our first point of blood debt, have our blood debt set in Arsenal and try and build up from here. So, a new card coming in from High Seas, Everbloom Life.
Just gaining a life
Don't think
right
it has
now, but
any
does
targets
have...
here, but just a
Yeah.
good way to get an Earth card into the graveyard. Ooh.
Now the card Every Runeblade Hates to See Warmonger's Diplomacy. So if Vynsett was hoping to have a more interesting turn with non-attack actions and attacks, you can say goodbye to that thanks to Warmongers.
Yeah, well, that's not entirely true, as you and I are both Aurora players who could easily put 3 Warmongers in the sideboard of your deck and ignore its effect.
Oh, you're going to make me cry thinking about my girl like that. Yeah. But she was really a ninja in
I've
Runeblade shaped
never
clothing.
seen someone so upset as when I was playing Aurora into an Azalea and just dropped a Warmongers and like, but you're a Runeblade. I'm like, I know. Instant.
Full go again. So what did we end up seeing with that turn? We banished a second Eulogy, we took 2 Blood Debt, and was that the whole turn, or is that Malefic Incantation?
Yeah,
new on
they
the
chose
board?
to play a Malefic, and it looks like it's actually a widespread annihilation, blue widespread,
Oh,
whichever one that is.
That's the blue widespread. Okay. So that would explain why they didn't send the first one on the first turn. And
Yeah,
here we
so
just see
we're
an E-Strike for 7.
Vynsett
that with
pretty
Go
set
again?
up for when they finally get a chance to do a thing. But in comes 7 from an E-Strike. This Verdance taking a lot of intellect penalties early on in the game.
Oh, so that was I think that was 5 Go again?
Was it?
No,
Oh, it might have been.
okay, it was 7.
Yeah, it looks like it was
Right, that
7,
would
and then
make
we're
sense.
just playing the instant side of Everbloom Life. Getting the
Catching up
graveyard stocked up and ready to decompose.
All right, now let's see if Vynsett can have a turn with at least 2 Blood Debt cards in
That's
the Banish Zone, and we are adding with that. Now, unless I have my art wrong, is that a third widespread of the same variety?
Yep.
I tried to study my widespread artworks, but I'm still working on it. There we go, Shadow Puppetry. So we are going to have a big turn this time. That makes sense why they were setting up so much, being able to go 2 attacks wide.
So we're going to get some free disruption out of this because by paying, we're forcing a card to be banished from
Okay, that
our
was a
hand,
third
but we're
widespread
forcing a
annihilation.
rune chant through, which is going to force a card out of Verdance's hand. But you're kind of playing a
What I'm
dangerous
wondering
game
now,
into Verdance doing this because they can banish Earth cards.
which just helps them to set up. I'm wondering, we've only got 2 rune chants back, and then 2 more widespread annihilations in the Banish Zone. We've got Go Again off the Shadow Puppetry. Are we just going to say we don't need the Go Again, just swing Flail, or could this be a Vexing Quill hand turn to make the 4th rune chants for the second widespread?
Unfortunately, you see, we're suffering from the Shadow Runeblade problem of everything looking the same. Those are eloquent eulogies in the Banish Zone.
The first
They
2
just
were eloquent eulogies. Okay.
Just 1 widespread annihilation. But here we go, Rootbound Carapace. So Earth action.
And a sink.
And a sink below. I imagine for Raphael, you don't really want to close the combat chain just yet and lose that card in your hand.
There we go. Okay. So the eulogies. So we're looking at an Eloquence token and a Banish from hand at the end of this combat chain, because I don't see anything in the pitch stack, so we just took the first couple of rune chants there.
Yeah.
Takes 2 more.
These are the kind of things that Vynsett is going to have to do to win this game, in my opinion. Setting up these big, wide turns with disruption.
And you see that that was a wide turn for Vynsett, and yet Verdance is still at 35.
Yeah. It's part of the problem.
So we've got a lot of work to do.
It looks like we are banishing a Funeral Moon as well, so...
Oh, and that's... Oh, Scour got banished. Okay, that would have been...
This is excellent, because you can now play this Funeral Moon with Go Again as an instant and go a third Rune Gate attack this turn.
Oh, excellent. So now we have, and that is another, okay, that is another eulogy.
Excellent.
One of these days. So yeah, three Rune Gate attacks in one turn is excellent. Clearing out the blood debt too, so we can stop bleeding ourselves out.
And really, really impressive stuff here. Just like this is exactly what makes me every now and again pick up Vynsett before I get upset, because sometimes the deck just fights you the whole way down.
But sometimes you get to go 3 attacks wide and present absurd amounts of disruption and value. So Verdance here just going to Arsenal and pass, and back to Vynsett we go.
My experience on Vynsett has often been my opponent's Rune Gate attacks line up and they go 3 wide, and my deck just draws nothing.
Yeah, I'll pitch 2 cards to play widespread out of hand, and
We.
All right, are we going to get to utilize this Eloquence token is the question. Funeral Moon is in the Banish Zone. That one is a very easy artwork to distinguish from the others.
It is entirely possible, depending on the makeup of the rest of the hand, if you have some coals or something like that. Which, by the way, let's talk about that card. That card's crazy.
That card was not developed with chain in mind. But in CC, it's all right. Ooh,
Deny redemption
here. Thank goodness we've got that up on the screen, because this is kind of... Oh, this is a new card, yeah. When it attacks a hero with more life than you, they deal an unpreventable arcane, and then it can discard to prevent life gain. Okay, that's pretty sweet tech for the Verdance matchup.
Right? Giving some CYB tech back to the Living Legend heroes as well.
Thank goodness, Patrick Sullivan's favorite card, Count Your Blessings.
That Brian, we've got to talk was one of the single funniest things that I've seen all year.
I really like to imagine he sent him a text after that, just like, hey, bud, what was Count Your Blessings?
We've talked about this.
So looks like no use for the Eloquence token. It is still sitting over there. We've got quite a board state here for our Vynsett player. A lot on the table.
It's very -io. Just
yes.
I have assembled a bunch of random things.
So they do get to play the Funeral Moon because of that unpreventable arcane off of the attack on Deny Redemption.
Yep.
Another rune chant here.
Gaining an action point as well.
Looking decently set up for whatever they end up banishing next turn.
We have 2 rune chants as well, I believe. 3. 1 from the Funeral Moon, 1 from each of the Malefics.
Now we have 5. Thanks to Deadwood Dirge there, the lovely EA.
What a card.
All right, now as long as there's not another Scour in the hand of Verdance, Vynsett looks like they might be able to have another pretty spicy turn.
Yeah. LSS, give me back 3 Deadwood Dirges in Viscerai in LL. I will be responsible with them. Don't worry.
Just in Viscerai. Oh, I really did put that into the universe. I feel so bad for our Vynsett player, because that is a Scour.
Yeah, that is a sad trombone noise right there.
Oh. Now, unlike my recent obsession in Fang with his fealty tokens, you can't stuff that by just sacrificing rune chants, so that arcane damage is going to come through. Wow. Oh, it was for 7. That's just everything. They just blew up everything.
Yeah. Other interesting part about playing Fang into Verdance is when they target one of your fealties with Summer's Fall, you can pop it and they can choose not to decompose. Rules are fun.
At how playable that matchup is. All right, well, that was all of the wind out of the sails have been said here. So I wonder what their turns look like now. We went from 5 rune chants, 2 Malefics, and Eloquence to a rune chant.
Yeah, at what point do you feel like the game just ends on the spot?
That was a lot of breathing room that Vynsett just gave to Verdance. So I feel like there's a pretty good possibility here that if Verdance wanted to, they could just play hyper defensively, set up and wait for a combo kill. And yeah, it looks like we're just discarding a Fruits of the Forest and sending an Autumn's Touch. Just
banned, formerly banned card.
And here we see why. 5? Are you kidding me? You can't even cover that up with a single.
I mean,
blow.
just look at it. The Hand of Autumn.
It blocks for 3, Ian. Oh, poor Vynsett. Okay,
very funny.
And we don't have a Blood Debt card we don't have any Rune Gates in the Banish Zone. And agonizing over blocks here suggests to me that maybe we don't have the sickest hand coming back.
It is also funny to me because these are both heroes that are, except for very particular hands, very not good at converting, 4 or 5 card hands. Like, it takes a lot of setup to convert those. Oh, shit.
Requires a lot of things to line up. And the Banish there is a Cull. Okay, so we do have something we can play, but do we have a way to make them? Nope. We just got an IP, Blood Debt, and pass.
Yeah, just setting it up. One of the ways you tend to beat fatigue with Vynsett is you have triple cull turns. You have one big triple cull turn and just blow your opponent out. But you want to know what's a good anti-fatigue tool? Felling of the Crown.
And this one is, now that we've got the requisite Banish cards coming in for 8, so now Verdance gets to really apply the pressure while setting up. This is getting increasingly more troublesome for our Vynsett player.
Now life gain is damage.
I wonder how many more copies are in the deck of that new card to prevent life gain. Carapace getting thrown in the mix as well, so we're just covering up all this damage.
Makes sense to me. Like, you gotta, Verdance does not present many on-hits, so cover up the damage where you can, because once you end up in that race against the arcane damage, it's where it becomes a problem. Because,
I've been learning that as well. Just throw the armor when you're given the option, because you don't know if the next turns are just going to be Burn Bear, Waning Moon turns until you're dead. So look at the armor as bonus life at the start of the game. Don't worry too much about the text value on it in these matchups.
We're passing again, just taking some more Blood Debt. I assume trying to set something up here.
Is that a... No, it's not a second cull. That is a widespread... The red one?
Yes, widespread rune.
So maybe you're right. They're trying to set up here because they know that it's too late to just aggro down Verdance. So
yeah,
I think get some lucky draws and set up.
I think we're in a situation.
Verdance is looking at the Banish Zone. One more Scour in the deck if they're playing the max copies.
I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't play the 3.
Oh, you've got a Plow Under. Okay, so going to tuck their own arsenal as well, but that's okay, honestly, at this point. They just got to survive, and this Vynsett is going to bleed out, so 6 damage and give me your arsenal.
Yeah, what was it?
Or are we not decomposing?
It looks like we might be holding our arsenal just so we're throwing 6.
Okay.
Similar happened in the calling today over in Copenhagen. I was watching a Verdance just choose not to send Plow Unders with Decompose because they wanted the Burn Bear in their arsenal.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I wonder if that suggests just that there's a big arcane spell in the arsenal that's all Verdance needs, really, is just a couple more turns of this chipping away, and then that'll be lethal.
Yeah, just end the game. Using those Storm Striders to steal an extra turn.
Waning Moon for an extra 3. even Metacarpus Node if we really want to get an extra little bit.
Okay.
And the banished there is
Deathly Delight.
Beautiful.
I
So we've got
wonder
a lot of
how
blood
much
debt
more
there
setup.
now. We gotta,
How much
yeah.
more setup can
How
we
much
really
time do
take?
we have? All right, looks like maybe we're making a move now.
Yeah. So
Yep.
this
All
will
right,
be
so you're just gonna come
5 and
ruin.
6. If any
Without
damage
any
gets
real
taken, we can.
disruption, though.
If any damage gets taken, we can cull in the middle of resolving the rune chance as well.
Hmm. Okay, so there is a little bit of disruption with the cull out of the banish zone.
Yeah.
Man, the art on Widespread Ruin, that might be my favorite one. That is a disturbing bloody angel.
It's very Soulsborne series.
Verdance thinking about how they want to deal with these rune chants. The cull's face up, so they can...
Yeah, it looks like we're going to pitch an Arcane Twining. Take 2.
Sinking a card, and so it looks like we are leaving ourselves up to getting culled. Sinking the arse.
Maybe the arsenal is less important now after all. In that case, maybe they were holding the earth
Yep,
cards
all
in
right,
their
so
graveyard.
maybe that was just it. They wanted to keep it to sync with Crown of Providence. Oh, here comes a Creeper's activation. Okay, getting an action point back with a Yellow Malefic.
Not bad. We close
So
the
we do
combat
get to
chain and now
clear out blood debt. Yep, okay.
ask Ryan to... Oh, he's going to sink below as well. Sinking another card.
All right, now we're going to close the chain, make them banish the top of their deck, and then
Yep.
presumably send the last card in banish and cull as well. Or would we need to pop Quill Hand to do that? Oh no, okay, we've got Rebel.
And that's a card.
That'll do. Still 28 life for Verdance, but this is a couple turns like this, and Vynsett might be able to make something happen here.
I'm a huge fan of this card.
A second one.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, we could almost send Ninth Blade of...
Ninth Blade of the Blood Elf?
Yeah, that's the one. The Popper, as I know it.
I don't know. I played Viceroy once or twice in my life, so I know most of the cards.
So you're telling me you're the one that I should have on to test your knowledge of Runeblade cards? Specifically Briar cards, maybe? There's the call.
Yeah. The great thing about Briar was you didn't need to run that many 6-cost poppers because Channel Mount Heroic just was like, hey, everything's a popper.
You know, it had never occurred to me that text is still applied on defense.
Didn't occur to some of the Prisms I used to play against either.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But here we go. 8 rune chance. Deathly Delight. So we're going to burn a rune chant here at the end.
The life gain off of Deathly Delight here is not irrelevant because you really want to stay above that 9-ish range with Verdance because of Burn Bear plus Waning Moon. Metacarpus nodes maybe make that.
Who's the life gain deck now?
Exactly. Eat your heart out, Verdance. And they're just going to take... How many of those rune chants?
Alright, 1 has been taken. Are we taking the other 7?
Ooh, looks like we're taking all of it.
And just like that,
much closer.
everything's a little bit more even.
All right, like you mentioned, that last rune chant's going to go because of the Rebels.
Rebels text is quite impactful in that.
which is going to make it harder for the next turn. But Vynsett does still have Quill Hand, so we are able to get bought out for one attack at least. Oh, but there's another Felling, and I have to imagine, we're going to decompose here. No cards in hand for Verdance, so just straight card positive interaction here.
Yeah, and we have exactly pretty much. We only had the 3 Earth cards, so that explains why you didn't decompose the Plow Under, because it would just make sure the next Felling wasn't really alive.
Very heads up from our Verdance player, and this, if disrespected, would take Vynsett to 10, and I don't think we can go that low yet when we still are looking down Stormstriders.
Yeah, the Ebonfold kind of helps you a little bit.
We do have a fair amount of Arcane Barrier on this side of Vynsett.
Yeah, 4 total.
And, I mean, they must feel comfortable enough with it because we're going to 10.
For sure.
Either that or it's a really good hand on the way back.
That
3-card hand, however.
That AB2 on Dyadic Carapace, mostly just flavor text most of the time, but comes in handy.
I had to AB2 a Rune Chant against a Viserai in
I think, no.
in Memphis. Kept me alive. Make a Rune Chant, turn it into 3.
Yeah, the Rune Chant Pinata.
No Rune Gate attacks, though, unless... Oh, it is. I'm sorry, that's a whale. Yeah, so we're good. And then we have Shadow Puppetry.
And now we're at exactly lethal range.
And do they have any cards in hand left? No, so if it's Burn Bear time, it's Burn Bear time.
Yeah, we'll just have to rely on our Spell Void 2 to not die.
And then Waning Moon for the rest of the game is going to be very scary.
Yes.
But Verdance has to survive before that, so let's see how they want to deal with all this damage.
Yeah, 2 and 7, potentially banishing a card off the top.
All right, pitching a Heartbeat here to soak up the Rune Chants.
Well, yes, the 2 Rune Chants they were allowed to soak up.
Right. And then double Rootbound, which we can decompose one more time because we played the Felling, right? Yep.
There we go. Scour coming back to haunt Vynsett once again in a different way.
And then with 1 card left for Verdance, are we just going to arsenal that and hope to find one of the burn... Have we seen a Burn Bear yet? I don't think so.
I don't believe so. We've seen the Emeritus.
Yep, we know one was pitched, so that could be coming up shortly.
And just as we await a new Verdance specialization, or Earth Wizard, Green Burn
Ignite
Bear.
Leaves, AKA my college experience.
You look... The people at home can't see your face. You look so proud of that joke.
Yeah, I have to give credit to one of my teammates, April. She's been making Igniting Leaves jokes all week as our
No, you
resident
just steal them.
player.
You have the platform, you can steal the jokes.
You have the league, you can steal the platform. This is like a pyramid scheme here. All right, Widespread Destruction, presenting not quite lethal, so let's see if Verdance cares.
Still not bad. Coming in, threatening the Arsenal as well. And we've already burned our Crown of Providence, so there's no real outs to that. This time Raphael gets to keep some cards in hand, so he has Arcane Barrier potential open to him as well.
Eating up the Rune Chants. Okay, so I saw 2 split cards. I know one's an Everbloom. I wasn't sure if the other was a Rampant Growth or another Everbloom.
Just pitched into our Rune Chants, giving up the Bark Skin, which is going to make the greatest token in the history of Flesh and Blood in an embodiment of Earth.
The Shelter to go with it. Nice.
Not much to worry about here then. So 6 blocked on 6. We've some rune chants on the back end.
Turn, okay, so I believe it's 2 copies of Something Life in the hand for Verdance. One's an Everbloom, so they could just Everbloom a card back, do a Verdance trigger, and arsenal their last card.
Yeah. And there we have the creepers as well.
Creepers still got our AB. The embodiment of Earth is gone, and let's see what the turn is for Verdance.
It's been an interesting game.
Okay, there's a Pulsing Aether.
Here we go, Pulsing Aether Life. Just bang. Here's 5 to the face.
I
Or
hope
4 to the
there's some
face.
blues. Some blues in the Vynsett hand, otherwise this is going to get spooky really quick.
Yeah, so this is going to be a total of 6 arcane damage threatened this turn.
Yep, we've got the 2 floating for the Waning Moon.
Waning Moon, infinitely better on your opponent's turn, obviously.
For that extra 1, but when we're at 9, like Vince said here, this is gonna catch up very quickly.
When it's more than 20% of your life total. And I think we're getting to a stage where any kind of arcane spell off the top for Verdance can close this game out now.
And we know they're in there. I think we've only seen the one Scolding pitched. We're still looking for the Burn Bears.
Ooh, it looks like we have the blue, so we have the full 4 covered.
Okay. Staying at 9. And then Waning Moon for 2.
Everyone forgets the book has AB.
Vynsett, one of the rare non-guardian heroes that gets to utilize multiple offhands. All right, takes the 2 from the moon, so down to 7 we go.
Yeah. It's really kind of inefficient to try and stop Waning Moon in a deck like Vynsett where you don't have that many blues. Oh. I wish right now I had a hand cam so I could see exactly what Ryan's drawing up into.
We did find another Runegate attack.
Yeah, another Deathly Whale. Raphael is definitely looking at those quill hands right now going like...
You gotta wonder how many turns we have left.
Yeah, there's nothing like dying with armor on board.
Oh, just taking a blood debt and passing. Okay, so they're trying to hold on to the quill hand. I guess they're looking for a one-shot.
Very brave. But we'll see what Verdance has to say about that.
Oh, backing up their stuff. Is this a... Yep, gain 2 life Verdance trigger. Interesting meta tech choice here. We see them using the face portion of the art cards as opposed to most commonly, which is seeing Verdance's feet used for the triggers. So really interesting choice here.
Obviously, it was a budget consideration.
Yeah. Somebody's been scooping up all the feet pics.
I believe someone in your locale has a ton of them. Levi Roush.
I think multiple people do, and I don't know what that says about my local community.
Well, I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, and here we have a Summer's Fall just to rub it in a little more. So the discarded fruits. Yeah, we've got plenty of Earth cards now. So what are we taking here? Malefic? Or it has to be a token, right? No, it can be any aura. Okay, goodbye, Malefic.
But also presenting lethal.
That part is also quite curious. No more cards, though, so we're just going to have to go off Arsenal and hope to find... We've got to be hitting that Scolding soon, right? Yeah, they're going to full block here because
There's a full block.
Vynsett knows that it is danger zone. let's see the
Kind of
hand
just
here.
sitting and waiting. I think now is the turn you have to pop Quill Hand. Because you can't just take another Blood Debt here.
Yeah, especially that part. Yep, here we go. 4 rune chance. Oh. Yep.
Sometimes you gotta just hope they don't have it.
Here's 4 and 4.
Oh, it's a blue Deathly Whale as well.
It's at a comfortable 18 still. So, I mean, letting Vynsett gain some life up to 7 here isn't too.
No, this is the make rune chance one.
Oh, this is rune chance. So yeah, this is practically irrelevant. Basically vanilla damage for Verdance. Yeah, we're just gonna block with an E strike.
I'm very surprised Vincent is caring enough about this. Or Verdance, because Verdance, like with such a strong life lead, obviously.
Yeah, depending on this hand, I'm surprised the pitch and the blocked E strike that we just saw there wasn't just, like you said, converted to 5 go again, try and push the end of this game.
Or even 7 damage plus Arsenal, or 5 damage draw card if you're digging. No, that makes sense. Here we have E strike for 7.
+1, so this block says that we have a Haunting Rendition.
Either a Haunting Rendition or a Reduce.
Reduce, yep, there it is.
There it is. Ding, ding, ding.
So if they had kept the E strike right now, we'd be looking at 5 more damage presented, but they would be at what, 12 or 11?
But also noticing Raphael's graveyard starting to tower over his deck.
See another kill. Looks like a red one. What's in the arsenal? They're thinking about something besides just sending that rune gate.
Both players, I think, being very, very patient here.
Send it. 3 and 6. Still not lethal.
No, it's going to be very hard for Vynsett now because we're in a point where they're going to have to just play hand to hand. And if Verdance can just stop this from generating anything. Oh, there we go. The rare mode of mental block that is used to actually pitch it as a blue.
Right. And blocking for 6.
Yeah. This just switches off Raphael's engine entirely now. There's no rune chance.
I guess at this point, Verdance knows that the Scoldings have to be so close that they really can, or the Burn Bears, that they can just do this block with everything until they find them.
Absolutely. And with Raphael at 6, it's going to take a lot to save him from a Burn Bear.
It's just succumb to temptation, so no rune gate attacks this turn.
No. Definitely. I think we've seen all of the eulogies, or at least 2.
Phantom Banshee. The classic 3 for 7. This is probably the rune gate attack you're least upset to have to just play from hand.
Yeah. I think it's also the rune gate attack you're most upset to have to put in your deck.
Yeah, that part too.
We love our vanilla 3 for 7s. That if you're forced to banish, just sit there and bleed you out.
But just maybe it'll be a 0 for 7. And this is vanilla damage for Verdance. So takes the rune chant. Is it Stormstrider's time? Nope, just blocking again. Wow, where are these Burn Bears?
There's every chance that Ryan just didn't have the chance to get them. And heavily overblocking here as well. Because we've got 5, 8. Yeah, so we're overblocking by a bit.
Getting pummeled.
Trying to avoid getting succumbed in any way, shape, or form, I guess. But that is the last of the armor.
Something good in their hand.
As Raphael picks up Just looks like he's fat decked anyway, because there's still quite a bit of deck to go.
Yeah, that's true. They're not. All right, there's a pulsing aether. Now we're getting to the gas.
Yeah. Here we go. This is going to be 4 and 2 again, and then any arcane spell could spell immediate death. Because we only have AB3
Ooh, and we
now.
have a
Nice. AB2 plus Haunting Rendition.
timely rendition. 2 more, give me another card, or go to 4, which is a terrifying proposition against Verdance right now. Yeah, okay, so there's one succumb banished, one just got pitched, so Verdance is pretty well insulated from that.
It looks like Ryan might have had the right read, though, on Succumb to Temptation in hand the last time, because we know Raphael did IP. Oh, here we go. At least we've got a playable. 2 and 6, baby. Dead on board, though. If there's a burn bearer.
Dead to most burn spells, Scolding. What did
it
we
needs
find?
to be 6.
Oh, looks like they're lining up blocks, maybe. I mean, they're perfectly comfortable to play this game plan. Their life total has barely changed in the last few turns, so there's a certain inevitability here.
Sure, you'll know yourself from playing into Vynsett. A non-zero amount.
Here's the skull. Found it.
Like, one of the fun things that I always found was even Aurora was able to fatigue Vynsett if you...
Week where that strategy kind of evolved, where they were like, okay, we figured it out. We just fatigue Vynsett. And it took me a while to figure that out, but quite true.
I figured it out on the fly against Summer when she was over in Dublin for the Battle Hardened. We were testing the night before, and I was like, "Wait, what if I just fatigue you?"
And it worked. Fascinating here. We blocked with that Emeritus Scolding.
Yeah, so Emeritus is currently not enough for lethal because it would be 4 arcane plus 3 from the Waning Moon, which would put Raphael to 1.
Through their AB, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Instead, give me your whole hand. And this is going to be terrifying because they're going to be out of cards. So if we can find another burn spell on Verdance side, this is just locked up here before they get to draw up.
Yeah, it's time to cross your fingers and clench, I guess.
What do we got? The tension. Oh, yes. The boots. Storm Striders.
There we go.
It's go time. And out of Arsenal, it is Pulsing Aether. And then we just pitch for a Waning Moon. And, well, we still have some Spell Void, so they got to do.
Yeah. So this is not quite lethal. But it means every Verdance trigger for the rest of the game is going to be lethal.
And it also demands their Spell Void, yeah. So there's way less insulation now on the Vynsett side.
Yeah.
Pitching another Scolding. Now that we don't have Storm Striders, that makes sense. And down to 1 goes Vynsett.
Impressed by the patience on Ryan Ward, because I would have ripped that card off. I would have slammed it immediately. I wouldn't have had the decorum to just sort of play it even remotely patiently.
Oh, and now we just get to eat some fruits of the forest.
Yeah, because
please AB2 this.
They have AB1 on the book.
Oh, on the offhand. Yep. Okay. That pesky little offhand. Ooh, or there we go.
Even better.
My redemption comes into play. No life gain for you.
No Verdance trigger, baby. How's that? How's that?
I will say if they're going out in style.
Well, to be fair, that's a card that when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is, crap and does nothing, but I have officially been proven wrong. In the league, that means nothing.
The card that does something in the league that means nothing. Runeshant pitching for another Phantom Wraith. 1 and 6.
It's just a brutal assault with text.
And a funny looking Lich Man on the artwork. So not at any risk of dying on their own turn now that Stormstriders is down, but Verdance is still just looking for sources of life gain to be able to win.
Any source of 4 arcane at once will just end the game, so.
To block for the Ponder. Shelter to cover that up.
Broken card.
Just grinding this Vynsett into a fine powder.
Rage against the dying of the light, I guess. Vinsett's not happy. Like,
all right,
yeah.
How about that?
There we go. Here's 3 instances of 1. You got another Deny Redemption? Oh, we've got 3 Verdance triggers, so we've got 3.
We've got the feet. We're good. Okay, meta pick.
Brian, are you okay? You're like, okay, all is right with the world. There's feet on screen now.
You gotta understand the people over here in my community. They're blowing up my DMs right now. They're like, where are the Verdance art pics of the feet? Covered up, though. And then Waning Moon for 2.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for Dyadic Carapace.
I remember when that card got spoiled, and I was like, this is busted. And a bunch of people were like telling me that it's only fine. I'm like, no. It's AB2 and Temper 2. What are we talking about here?
It's one of my favorite pieces of all time. You don't get that much block on AB.
No. Unless you're a Runeblade, you know?
And 1 and 4 here.
You see, Brian, you don't remember before Assassin, Runeblade was considered LSS's special little guy.
I heard it was Runeblades and Illusionists for the longest.
Yeah, Flesh and Runeblade, as they used to call it.
I need to play the next Viscerai when they get spoiled. I missed that train and it makes me very sad. 13-1 and a sink below. No sink. Does that tell us that Ryan's hand of 3 cards can maybe push it over here?
Looks like we're going to keep going, but there's not a lot, I think, the Vynsett that Raphael can do here.
Oh, and there's Ring of Roses going to make stuff even more difficult.
That's a problem.
There's a couple
amp.
amps. Waning Moon for 4. And this one,
ding, ding,
I don't
ding.
believe we have.
That's the magic number right there.
Unless there's a Sigil of Solace in hand. Hey, and we got it. So,
Yep. Good game.
It took a minute, but the Verdance was able to successfully grind out Vynsett. Honestly, a longer game than I thought. Just that the Verdance had to set up for so long, but the Vynsett, kept in the game, had some impressive turns either way.
Yeah, no, really well played by both players. Like Raphael, that's a hard matchup and played it as well as you could possibly expect to play it. Obviously, congratulations to Ryan. Moving ahead, staying nothing like winning at the top tables. Always a good feeling.
So they're undefeated, I take it?
I would believe so, yeah. But
very cool.
That's all we have for today on The League That Means Nothing. I have been the voice of the league, Ian Holland, Findles Spirit, .bsky.social, and my co-caster, the delightful Brian Hoffman. I believe at Brian Hoffman Fab.
That is correct, and smashing good team on the YouTubes.
Yes, and they've recently put out a phenomenal video with game design legend and Magic the Gathering master Patrick Sullivan getting someone with zero knowledge of Flesh and Blood cards to review Flesh and Blood cards. Let me tell you, it's well worth a watch.
It is not to toot, but it is quite. I was laughing very hard, very much due to Patrick, but can't recommend it enough. It's quite a funny bit.
I hope you can recommend your own videos, because otherwise that would be a problem. Uh, Now, if you like this video as much as Brian likes his own videos, make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment down below. Tell us what a great or otherwise job we've done, and let Az know you appreciate all of the hard work that he puts into this, because there's so much editing that goes involved in the League That Means Nothing. And then make sure to subscribe so that you see all of the League That Means Nothing games in your YouTube notifications. And that's everything from us. So we will see you in the next one.